Well, good morning or afternoon or evening, whenever it is you check this. So my videos are going to be out of order because I recorded a video for 2 days ago and the file got corrupted. So I missed a day. So I recorded the video yesterday and I forgot to upload it. And so it's sitting on my computer and I'm on my way to work. So I can't very well upload it in time for today. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot one during my nice short drive to work. Brought my son to his dentist appointment this morning and just dropped him off at school. So now I'm on the way to work. But I still want it, again, I'm trying to keep a pattern going. And I can't have the pattern of failure outweighing the pattern of success. So we're going to do a secondary video. And it'll post out of order, but it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Well, right now, currently, it's the Thursday before Easter. So the day before Good Friday. And if we go along the timeline that we were going, the video I recorded that was going to post today originally was going to go over Genesis basically 1 and 2 and kind of lumped them together. But instead of doing that video, obviously that'll get posted for tomorrow. But for today, we'll continue going. And I want to talk a little bit about Genesis chapter 3 for one reason only. And this one will be a little bit shorter because, again, I'm doing the mobile version. So we're going to test this out and see how our mobile attempt at doing daily encouragement works. Well, Genesis chapter 3, if you know, it's when creation is stopped. And now we're going to talk about Adam and Eve and talk about Adam and Eve falling and the serpent and his involvement in everything. And basically we get introduced to the idea of sin. We get introduced to the idea of evil in the world. And if I were to do a short, quick, get right to the point encouragement, we should be encouraged that there is a Genesis chapter 3 written. Because yes, it does tell us of how wrong entered the world. It does tell us how evil entered the world. But it doesn't stop there. If it stopped there, it'd be a horrible book. When I was younger, I don't know if you had the opportunity to read these, but there were books called Choose Your Own Adventure. And the way the books were printed was you would start, let's say you start at page 1 and it's introduced you to a story, and then maybe page 2, and then it says if you want to do this, turn to page 55. If you want to do this, turn to page 81. So then you choose whatever option you would want, and then you go to that page, and then it gives you information, and then the story would continue, and maybe you turn to 82, and then it's whatever, you turn to page 50, whatever the page numbers I sent. But there was a pattern to it. And then, sometimes, I remember there were some where you turn to page 55, and it's like, so then Susie opens the door, and there was the evil person. He took you hostage, and you were never found again. The end. It's like, well, that's a horrible story. Why would we do that? That was a horrible choice. Then you go back and you start again, and you go, this time I'm not going to go to page 81. No, I'm going to go to page 55, or I'm going to go to page 27, or whatever the choice was that you made the mistake on. Or maybe you decide totally different on a different page. You're like, man, instead of this first part, I'm going to go do this instead. But you would get to pick and choose how, I'm going to change the way I went, the route I chose. I'm going to go a different route. And you get to choose a different part of the story. When it comes to the Bible, there's not multiple directions in where a story's going to go. It's written and it tells you this is the route that was taken, or this is the option that was taken. And when you really sit down to think about it, Genesis chapter 3 was written so that we wouldn't be discouraged at just that sin entered the world, but that there was hope of redemption. There was a Savior. And, there are a lot of applications you'll hear people apply. They'll say, Jesus came to me like like God was looking for Adam in the garden, or Jesus knew me, because remember when he was in the garden, he was like, Adam, where are you? And it's like, who told you that you were naked? And all the different stories in there. And people can do these different applications, and they're all true. They're all, and they're great applications of the principle. But the thing to remember was it was there. It was written into the story. Sorry about should have turned off my notifications. But it was written in that there was redemption available for you. And as we get ready to celebrate Easter, we get ready to celebrate the idea of Resurrection Sunday. Yes, Good Friday is the day we think about Jesus' death and his burial, but there's a resurrection coming. There was a promise given and a promise fulfilled, and we get to celebrate that. So whatever you go through today, whatever difficulties you're facing today, remember, there's a risen Savior that wants to help you get through it today. Hopefully you have a blessed day. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Take care.